What's the most putrid stench you've ever laid your nostrils on, voluntarily or involuntarily? Rotten potatoes. As far as spoiled produce goes, this one's probably the most vile stench. Decomposition. Rotten yellow potatoes. Worse than gutted deer IMO. Something decaying and not being able to identify where it's located. The smell is awful, especially when it's hot. Necrotizing fasciitis. Working in healthcare imbued me with an iron stomach, but when a nurse, unaware of what awaited us, cut open the bag taped around a deceased patient's leg during post-mortem care, the sudden smell of wet, fermented rot hit me like a Louisville slugger. I retched so hard I thought I burst capillaries in my face. And I've smelled literal rotting flesh on, still living, human beings, and it smells like roses in comparison. Changed my toddler's diaper genie bag and habitually squeezed the air out of the bag before tying it off. I'll never make that mistake again, face vomiting. My great-aunt's house, who had 56 indoor cats. 50 years old carpet held together with petrified cat piss, sopping wet from a toilet leak. We were the cleanup. If you've ever worked with carpet, you know there's no arm's length about it. You have to hug that roll of nasty to get through hallways. You have to get up close and personal, and the waves of ammonia and ancient piss were overwhelming. Truly memorable stench. When I was a case cleaner, cleaned fridges in supermarkets, the smell of month-old rotten milk, cheese, meat stays with you for a long time. I did get used to it, as was doing the job a long time, but was one of the worst stenches I ever smelt at the beginning of that job. My dead mother's refrigerator 2 years after my brother shut off the power to her house without emptying it, and didn't tell me until I went to clean the house out. So gross. Melina, not to be confused with Melania. Feculent vomiting is up there too. A cyst that popped on my cat's head. It was the sharpest, most rancid, grossest thing I've ever smelled. Bad enough that we went to the emergency vet. Tooth abscess that came in a big syringe for microbiological analysis. A dead camel baking in the desert sun. Also a septic lift station. Super septic. Decomposing body in middle of summer. Bungalow was totally sealed up. Hadn't seen her elderly neighbor for a few days after we had got back from holiday. Mum sent 13-year-old me over to let her know we were back and did she need any shopping. Knocked, no answer. Could smell something grim. Open letterbox and peeked. Really wish I hadn't. Wink with a frown. Poor lass had gone ass over tit down the stairs. She was 86. Wink with a frown. They reckoned she had been there about 10 days. Edit spelling. 6-day-old piss / shit my nephew left in the toilet in the bathroom. I rarely use uneasy face. That's why I didn't find it. Bacterial vaginosis. Had a bag of potatoes that I stored under a sink liquefy after 2 weeks. It was a brutal cleanup and the last time I stored any food under a sink, even in that small apartment. Dead freezer full of thawed out fishing / crabbing bait.
Dead body.
Human cadavers. The smell was in my nose for a week afterwards. Infected bladder. Generally, landfills. A handful of times in the past, I've had to take a rental van of garbage to a landfill, and I cannot get out of there fast enough. It's just too much for me. A chest freezer that lost power and sat unopened for a week or two. Everything was rotting. Maggots. In large numbers, they have their own distinctive smell. A garbage man, 10 out of 10, do not recommend.